things.
What?
Yeah. So if you look at the secondary graphics part,
The red gift bit.
that's it.
Yeah.
Rather, if in darkness comes light, that graphic.
The one before.
Yeah,
Which one?
so,
Image?
Before.
from darkness to light. So not particular.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. So from darkness to light, I enjoyed watching the process in designing that because I can see there's a mixture of two images together, and I also explained how what the process from the beginning to the very end, what inspired it, and what images were used to inspire that. However, the graphic is amazing, but on top of that, I love the idea of having substance to the graphic. So it's not just something that looks nice, but rather have an additional message to the graphic. So I thought of using that same idea for this new graphic. So it's not just something nice like you saw before, but also has a meaning on top of that. Yes, it's a Mary met Joseph, but can you add another additional message to it? I thought that would be a great idea to do that as well. So I would have to do more research to find out something I can use to just add that little more substance to the graphic. So for now I don't have it yet, but as time goes, I feel like I could add that to the graphic and then see how you guys feel about that. But yes, that's my end of my presentation. And yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Sammy?
No questions.
And the only bit I didn't quite get, I mean, was the medieval thing that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Where's that theme come from?
That was a question. Yeah.
Right. Because when I was given the whole idea of what they're looking for, they
By
suggested
whom? Who gave you that idea?
Ann Nams.
Right.
Like
Okay.
she was the one who came to me and said, "This is what we thought to add to the event." So I was like, okay. And then she suggested, "What if we have like a medieval look?" And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And she was like, if you can understand like how it used to look in the times of Christ, like in the BC times, like
Okay.
before Christ, basically that sort of scenery, like before Christ, and possibly even after Christ, like after the death of Christ, like that whole look of the robes and having, you know, like basically the dressing, how they used to dress, the backgrounds of the buildings, the architecture and all that. So I was looking into all of that. So that's what I mean, like having sort of elements of that into the graphic.
So you're merging the medieval kind of like BC kind
So
of like
yeah, like
kind
BC, yes, BC and a bit of a modern twist as they asked for to kind of merge them together. So I feel like
Because medieval's after
yeah.
Christ. That's like 600 to 800 AD, isn't it? Medieval?
yeah, but
1300s.
from what I was given is basically that kind of timeline
Okay.
of the BC and sort of AD-ish, because it's a bit of modern and old kind of mixed together.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
You showed font at the start, you know, with the branding,
Yeah.
but then your concepts didn't have that font. Where do you see that font being used? Do you know what I mean? Like your posters. Yeah, if you go through it, that's the bit I really liked your branding stuff. There, just
This
go.
one,
Yeah, that looks great. Where's that to be used if it's not going to be used on the posters?
Alright, cause I thought like we could have like images that are just taken throughout the whole scenery and just post them like an album sort of, so people can scroll through. But at the same time I thought like we could use an image that has been chosen by myself and then just place this sort of graphic on top of that image.
Right, okay, so for instance, like taking pictures of the rehearsals to
Yeah.
put on social media, and you'd stick that on as like a branding
Yeah.
thing. So would you not want to use that in the posters as well?
I would use it. It might either be something that really stands out in like as the main thing kind of thing, but at the same time I was like, if they want to emphasize more on the image itself, it might be something that is placed underneath, almost it's there but subtle kind of. But it depends on whichever direction they want to go. But that's more like a suggestion I wanted to put out, that if you wanted to go image wise, if it's just throughout images that's what you want to emphasize, and subtly have sort of vector graphics underneath, I could do that. Or if you really want to just emphasize the vector graphics with maybe a plain background, we can do that. I can do that as well, just giving the two options.
Because I think it's a bit confused, because like the font that you had in the bit looks like theatre font, you know, looks great. I've got nothing against either of them, but they're very different. That looks like the RSC, you know, the Royal Shakespeare Company kind of stuff on the very, it was next condensed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That looks great. That looks more, well, the word is twee, homely, kind of community based, bit more bespoke.
It's very All Nations, like it's kind of really captures the heart, like of the playfulness of the whole kind of season, but also it really is strong in the sense of the way it works, the way it kind of ties together works really well. Especially this one, I find.
But yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm quite disappointed you didn't use it in your last part, because I really like it.
Well, like I said, all of those were not really like final pieces. They were just like ideas I'm throwing almost at you to show you, okay, this is the direction I can go. That's the direction I can go.
Okay.
It's really what people agree on, and once people agree on that part, then I will start emphasizing more on that graphic.
But I'm not sure that those would go with the photography that you showed us, that medieval photography, because that did look very Shakespeare, proper theatre.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's, no, it's Elizabethan, so 1600, isn't it? That looked,
I do agree that. I do really agree. I feel like the ones with the images do show that theatre kind of look of it, and this is more like just print kind of thing. It doesn't really give you theatre. It's more like family, like you said. But
depends on your audience.
Yeah, it depends on the audience. So this can really be taken off or either added to it. I really don't mind with that. But if people really want to go for the image kind of idea of it, then I'm also fine with that, and start using sort of that theatre sort of look, or if they want really like a homey kind of family base. But yeah.
Okay.